College football, Big Smitty, is losing its coaches at a rapid rate. And they're losing their coaches because there's zero structure. There's zero integrity and no passion for this one great sport. It's impossible to manage rosters, keep players from entering the portal, nor do we know who we can pay. Yet, we still have to worry about the NCAA. It's a joke. It's a mockery. And if it doesn't get fixed ASAP, more will make the same jump to the NFL, UFL, whatever FL, because you NCAA non-caring assholes of America has ruined what was the fabric of American amateurism, college football. It is gone down the drains. And losing Jim Harbaugh's and losing Pete Carroll's, because I know Pete Carroll would have not have jumped to the NFL if he wasn't chased out by the NCAA. He would have dominated college football for the last fucking 10 years. Losing Nick Saban. Don't tell me Nick Saban didn't leave college football because of this very rant. You are a fucking joke. You're a mockery. You guys are allowing the greats to leave the sport, and you think that it's going to get better. It's going to get worse, Big Smitty, because these young coaches now, man, think it's only their way. They're going to do it their way. They're going to be friends to the players. They're going to befriend them, and be cool with them, and watch how they leave your program. Watch how they fucking absolutely become so uncoachable that it is just an unbearable profession to work in. That is my rant. Smitty, I think you're going to lose more Jim Harbaughs. I'm just telling you right now. You just lost Saban. You just lost Harbaugh. And now you got the NFL taking them all. Come on in. Something has to change.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, man. I think it's a combination of a couple of things. Yeah, one, I think just it's the nature, the natural beast, the nature of the beast, where these old coaches they're getting old, and times are changing, players are changing, personalities are changing.
Harbaugh not.
Schemes are changing. I think a lot of the players our coaches are just moving on, and they're wanting to make things young. I talked about it yesterday. Even in the NFL, they're wanting to steer more young with a lot of their head coaches. That's just you got to think a lot of these legends who we look to forever, they're 76, 75. I mean, how long are you going to coach? To get 90? Like, at some point, you do got to retire and move on. So I think that's number one. But number two, to your point, I do think a lot of it is because of the NCAA, with Harbaugh specifically, like, how in the same exact league can a player pull up in the damn, G-Wagon to the school parking lot and he's making 6-7 figures, but at the same time, the head coach can't give recruits some cheeseburgers. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's stupid. So to suspend the coach for that, it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? You bring up Pete Carroll and the allegations there. So NCAA has been doing these type of things for quite some time. So it's not a shock to me at all that, coaches are now at a point where they're like, man, listen, I'm just fed up. Now you're adding this whole transfer portal into the mix, NIL into the mix. It's just too much stuff to focus on and worry about. And I can't even keep the main thing. So, you know what? I'm going to step down, or I'm going to move on to the NFL if I have the opportunity to do so. So, again, I'm not surprised about it. And I just think it's a combination, though, of coaches being fed up, but also these coaches also getting older. I know Harbaugh specifically, he's not older. He's a guy. But think about Harbaugh. We've always thought he was going back to the NFL, even before this whole situation this past season. Like, he didn't finish the job. You know what I'm saying? So, like, him, I think even if he didn't get in trouble this year or whatever, get suspended, and they win the Natty, I think he still probably cuts out because it's like, all right, I did my job. I went to my school where I played ball that I love, brought them something that I haven't had since I don't even know when, undefeated. Now let me finish what I did in the NFL, and after that, I can make whatever decision I want to do. You know what I'm saying? This is legacy right here that Harbaugh trying to do. So I think that's why he's going back to the NFL. I think it's less about NCAA and more so about his personal legacy, in my opinion.
Yeah, because he's not old. To how you started your little rebuttal there, he's not old like that. Like, there's a lot of older coaches coaching college football than him right now.
Yeah, he's not old at all. Yeah,
but so I don't know, and I don't think Saban leaves. I don't believe he leaves. T. Rich will join us, I hope, here in the morning. He's been traveling around and stuff, so I don't think I think T-Rich will tell you he didn't leave because he's old. And he didn't leave because he lacks fire. And Saban didn't leave because he has no energy. And Saban didn't leave because nothing. If you hear Saban talk and read between the lines, he is exhausted from doing all the other shit that's involved in now what we used to call coaching. It's no longer coaching. It's financial management and accounting and psychological fucking accounting at that. You have to understand how to make $1 turn into $20 with one kid and go get a 5-star and then split a bunch of 3-star scholarships in half, meaning paying guys and trying to make them all happy. See, the Division II model, Smitty, is you get 36 full scholarships. Well, to get 75 players on a roster, you have to cut those scholarships in half. That is what I was originally saying the Division I level should do. With 85 scholarships plus more money, split them, fucking split some of those things up for the guys that aren't the 5-star guy and start to create a competitive base for who gets paid and shit like that. I said that years ago, and then they came out with the NIL this way. I think it would have been a lot more competitive because now everyone in the room knows what everyone's making, and then they're like, okay, well, you and I make the same money. Let's go get it. Let's go see who's the starting left tackle. Now, though, we're based on a jersey being sold or a Cadillac dealership hitting me up, and this guy over here is making $1 million, and this guy over here is making $300. And now you wonder why the locker room is so separated, why we're chasing greener pastures and chasing the bigger bags. That's what it is.
But but JB though, so I mean, is our NFL locker room separated then? Because that what you're naming right now at the college level is what it's going to be at the NFL level. There's guys who are making veteran minimum. There's guys on the practice squad, and there's $90 million guys. So like,
but that's the NFL, Smitty. You made it to the NFL.
But I'm saying to me that, but regardless,
you're advancing the NFL process and the amateur level.
That's good. Like learn that now. Learn that now. Like I just think like
you can't learn it now if you haven't ever taught it. How are you gonna learn it now at 17 years old, Smitty? Come on, man.
How you gonna learn? How you gonna learn it at 20 years old? Like I don't. It's 3 years.
How you be 17 years old and haven't busted a grape in a fruit fight and go in there and demand that I need to get this money when you haven't done shit yet? In the NFL, I get it. It's a little different. You got grown men who's been in the league for some time now, and let's be honest, the league has a standard, Smitty. College does not. There is an NFL league minimum, correct? It's about $350,000. So everybody knows they're getting $350,000. College football doesn't have that. College football has a $300 cat and a $3 million cat. That's beef. That's to them. NFL, all right, I'm 1-1. I made the NFL. And guess what? We all make $350,000. Nobody's really, there's only a handful of dudes making league minimum. Let's be honest. $350,000, we're league minimum, and we know what our deal is. That's a huge difference in a grown man that's earned it to a guy that has to.
I don't know, man. Like $350,000, because I got cats. I got homies who making like veteran minimum 1 point. I think it's 1.2 or 1.5, 1.5 million. Cool. Like to me, that sounds like great money. But when you're in the locker room and the motherfucker next to you is making 60 million. 1.5 ain't shit in comparison to what.
Yeah, but you're in the NFL.
So I'm saying, I guess my point is.
You're in the NFL, you've earned the right to be called a one percenter. You're in the NFL.
I understand that. And I'm a 5-star at Bama, and Toyota wants to pay me some money. I've earned that money too because they want to pay me the money. Like that's why we always do this every single time. I just don't like the word earn. I don't know who the fuck. Like I don't know who. Like who's deciding who's the decision maker on? You know what?
You give everybody what they do not earn. Do you understand what happens in the society?
Yeah, but again, you keep saying earn. I'm saying who's the decision maker? Who's the guy with the gavel? Who's the judge? It's like, you know what, JB, you finally earned it. Now you're able to get this money. Darnell, okay, you've now done enough. What's enough? What's the like? If we gonna use the word earn so loosely, we need to have an actual check. I need to know exactly what you mean. Like I'm a guy.
The league minimum now. I didn't even know because I've been out the mix so long. It's like $750,000. So if you feel sorry for that, dog, to play football, travel for free, live for free, and make $750 as an average Joe, then you got other problems. I don't know.
I don't feel sorry for him. Let me make this very clear. I don't feel sorry
know
for
it's not
the college players.
Sorry, if anyone out there feels sorry, they're tripping.
Yeah, but I only feel sorry for the Division I college player. I'm gonna be real with you. I was a Division I college player, motherfucker.
Exactly.
I now listen. I did get my federal grant, my little fund or whatever. So I know there's some people in my situation who their mom made just too much money where they couldn't qualify for the Pell Grant. And then maybe they mom got like 3-4 kids. So although they mom might make more money than my mom, their expenses are more. So they're in a very similar living situation that my mom is. You know what I'm saying? But they can't get the Pell Grant. Take it off for a second. You can't get the Pell Grant. So college for them was a little tough because they couldn't get clothes. They couldn't get extra meals outside of the meals. So they couldn't get. So I do feel for those people. But for the most part, we live pretty damn good at college for the most part. You get 3 fucking meal swipes. Your school's paid for. You get all free meals with the team. Everything's taken care of. So anything extra that I got on top of that was just a fucking blessing. It was just
you appreciated it, didn't you?
And I appreciated it.
So
but my point is
the other side now.
No, because I'm telling you, if my teammate Willie Snead, who's in the NFL, Keith Winning, who's in the NFL, Jonathan Newsom, we had on our show, if I found out, this guy's getting $500,000 from a booster, oh man, that's bullshit. I'm out here running the bag. I'm doing the same work. Hell no. If that's how you think, you're soft, you're weak. Go play tennis. Go play hopscotch. I'm not about to hate on my teammate, my brother, for making the fucking bag.
I don't
getting the bag. That don't even make sense.
You're agreeing with me.
No, but your point a few minutes ago, and maybe I misunderstood you, was that like the reason why the locker rooms are so separate is what you said, because you got some cats making $300 and some cats making $5 million. I don't give a hell about what this other guy's making. Like that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not Caleb Williams. I'm not the quarterback. Have some common sense. I might be a 4-star. I might be good, but I know who I am. I'm a fucking offensive guard. I'm a 3 technique. I'm not gonna make the same money and brand money as a quarterback. So I'm saying I disagree with your whole standpoint that the locker rooms are all fucked up because players are jealous because this guy's making $300, this guy's making $1,000. There's no system. I'm not in the locker room, so I can't say that's wrong. I'm just saying, as a former player who graduated 2016, that shit sounds insane. And if players are really upset in the locker room because their teammate, their brother, is getting a bag, that's just called hating. And I just can't lean. I don't.
Wait, you said I'm confused as hell now. You agree to me? You're agreeing with me
on what?
Everything I just said, you disagreed to. What do you? I'm lost where you disagree.
You said, again, maybe I misunderstood a few minutes ago, you said that the locker rooms you feel like are so at a disarray, or so fucked up and disconnected because the NIL is so messed up to where there's no minimum amount, or there's no like common ground. You got some players not making shit and some players making millions of dollars.
It is.
And I'm saying I'm not in the locker room, so I can't. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I can't understand that because as a former player who played semi-recently, I would never in 1,000 years be jealous and upset and cause issues in the locker room because my teammate, my brother, is making more money than me. That's insane. If these kids are doing that, like this, that's insane. Like that's just weird to me. That don't even make sense to me.
But that's what they're doing. That's why they're leaving. I'm telling you. That's why they're leaving. It's a fact. Like that's what it is. And that's why I said you need to split scholarships and pay them that way so you don't have disgruntled locker rooms. And then you said in the NFL, I would be pissed if I'm making this and this guy's making that. So I'm confused. You agree with me or didn't agree with me? But
the reason why I brought the NFL example up is because I'm saying if you're saying players in college are going to be upset because of the money difference, and that is what's causing the locker rooms to be all at a disarray. I'm saying, why is that not translating, whatever?
It is.
The NFL locker rooms also being at a disarray.
It is. That's why I think it's watered down. That's why for the first time I've said on several shows, this is the first time we've seen it ascending upwards. We've seen the transfer portal actually going upwards into professional football. Because why? Football now in the professional level in the NFL is what? Transfer portal era kids. This is what we're getting now. So they know what the portal is. You think they're just going to get to the NFL and change their mindset now? Like, I'm not going to demand a trade anymore. We saw Roquan Smith demand a trade from Chicago to the Ravens. We've seen it. But Harden does it all the time. Harden does it every year. So, like, professional athletes are making moves that we see in college that's allowed. I've been saying this for a long, long time. Transfer portals in high school are allowed 4 times in 4 years. What? So you don't think it's going to go upwards into the NFL? Here's my thing to your argument. Well, we're arguing the same shit, but here's my issue. If we are really tripping off of what someone makes here versus here, then the worker at Walmart's pissed off at the Target worker. Then the CEO at fucking Bank of America is pissed off at the CEO of Wells Fargo. It ain't never fair. It ain't never going to be fair. That's what makes America great. Go get yours. Go strive to be better than the next guy, or settle and be average. Like, you have options. You have choices. You have to go out and get it. Like, these kids now, we're allowing the entitlement and enabling entitlement, which to me is what is ruining the landscape. That's what I believe. I think we're entitling these cats and we're enabling the entitlement. And that's the problem. Like, entitled one thing, like, you know, we grew up with homies that had money and people that we got around. We went to a party somewhere that fell out of pocket at, and we were like, oh, fuck, it was it Beverly Hills, that shit. But guess what? It is what it is, right? They did it. They earned it. We grew up with those type of cats that lived that way. That wasn't us, but whatever. But we didn't condone it. We talk shit about it later, right? The homie's like, oh, man, motherfucker, bougie ass. Now we're fucking enabling that entitlement. We're telling the kids to go be that way. That's the difference. That's why I have an issue. I'm like, dog, what are we doing? Like, we're enabling these kids now to do that and have that entitlement? Like you're saying, we're enabling everybody to say they're worth the bag. Go ahead and you're worth it, young king, young queen. Go get the money. Go get the $3 million. You transfer out of there if you're not getting that money. Motherfucker, you ain't earned it. You're not that good. Like, this, like, my problem. This is the fight I'm fighting every day. Like, you're not that fucking good. You're being lied to. Like, E-Dub comes on here every day talking to his kids. Like, son, look, you're a D3 player. The mama's like, hell no, my personal trainer said we're going to go to Oregon. I paid him $3,000 a year. Well, he lied to you, ma'am. It's called you got fucked. Like, let's just be real. That's what's happening out here nowadays. We have so many people involved because of phones, cell phones, social media, that everybody thinks they can get part of the bag. They all think it. So you got fraudulent trainers and coaches and teachers. We see it all over. You got fraudulent politicians. You got fraudulent fucking, priests and all these other things in the church. You got all kind of nasty, crooked shit going on. So, like, I don't know, man. It is what it is, dog.